y'all. I guess it's morning for you. It's afternoon for us. Look, I figured out how to party, Michelle. I don't have any problem with that. And we've had a tremendous time over here. We've gotten to see all the sights, Eiffel Tower, Louvre, Notre Dame. They're at Versailles right now, et cetera, et cetera. We were at Normandy Beach yesterday, which was absolutely tremendous. But this morning, we hung out in what has become an annual festivity for the Michigan Wolverines over the pond, paintball. Last year, I got pelted. It was an embarrassment, so I was out to avenge that embarrassment. This time around, I failed. But I was a marked man. Every single player I saw from the moment we got here said, "Marty, party!" Playing paintball. "Hey, man!" Playing paintball. They were out to get me, guys. The outfit would suggest we lost. But I'm telling you, we dominated the first round. Thoughts?
I totally agree. I agree with the second round, too. I think at a certain point, people were just trying to waste their ammo. They knew they were out.
Nobody would go out.
They weren't going out. And so finally I had enough, and I got it on the GoPro footage here. I just said, screw it, I'm going to blitz, and I'm going to make them go out. But they're just going to keep getting shot, and finally they resigned.
So full disclosure, I got rocked. I had all these little welts all over my body, and I ran into Harbaugh on my way out the door. I showed them to him. I said, "Coach, what would you say to me regarding my ineptitude?" He said, "Marty, they call that a flesh wound. Rub some dirt on it, son. Get back in there."
You're winning life, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Winning all of life.
That is just, the man is just so completely awesome. And Marty, very quickly, because I'm sure there are many people wondering, and again, the number of people who criticize Harbaugh for these trips is ridiculous because they're the ones who are missing the point, and he's the one who gets it. A quick explanation, his, if you will, of why these are beneficial for his team.
Greeny, there's no question that it's beneficial. And what it does is it shows his players the world. And it's a bonding experience. Ask Jalen. There is no greater bonding experience for most people than what they gain between the lines. You are a brotherhood forever. And this only deepens that brotherhood. It's putting roots within their lives that go very deep. And I addressed the team last year when we were getting ready to leave Rome. And I told them, 30 years from now, when you guys are hanging out having a beer and you're talking about those moments between the lines, these moments in Rome and in Paris are going to be part of that narrative. What I saw yesterday at Omaha Beach with tears in those young men's eyes and them with their arms around one another, being immersed in some of the greatest heroes in American history. Look, man, I'm sorry. You can't get that in a classroom. This matters. And yes, he's been criticized. And a lot of people want to criticize him. But we're here with them. I see the impact on the young men, and it is palpable, and it is obvious, and it is wonderful.
Really well said. Most of the most important lessons that you learn in college come outside of classroom experience. And listen, you can dislike Jim Harbaugh if you want to. It's not my job or Marty's job or anybody else's job to tell you who you should like and who you should not. But if you are criticizing this as a concept, then in my opinion, you are letting whatever bias it is you have otherwise show, and you are completely missing the forest for the trees.
I agree. I feel like the same people who criticize for this are the same people who think somebody can be too smart. There's nothing, seeing the world is good for everyone, quite frankly. Marty, what do you got?
I'll say this. Harbaugh is a different cat, right? Like, he's super intense. Some people consider him to be quirky. But now twice, I have seen this man stripped by the human element. The first was last year in Rome when he and his wife Sarah had the opportunity to pray with the Pope. He was completely at a loss for words. He was completely vulnerable and completely humbled. It was something to see. And I saw the exact same look in his face yesterday when we were standing at the American Cemetery at Omaha Beach. He was standing alongside his father, Jack. Both of them were emotional. Both of them completely humbled and appreciative for the sacrifices that have been made for all of us so we can sit here and yammer on. And I know that people consider him to be different, but having seen him in that light twice, it's a unique thing, and I'm so appreciative to have had that moment, those moments with him. It's been an awesome experience for us to have this time with him and his program.
Well done, Marty. You're terrific. Thank you so much, and we'll see you when you get back here. And again, I would just say this is not about Harbaugh.
Great job, Marty.
And I'm glad that he's had a wonderful, meaningful experience for him as well. But this is not about him. This is about the players. This is about the opportunity, because he can go to France anytime he wants to in his life if he wants to. But a lot of them might not ever have had that opportunity otherwise, and might not ever have it again. They're not all going to go on and make millions of dollars in the NFL. So to me, that is the value of something like this.
Well, if you don't like Jim Harbaugh, I don't like you.
Wow, there we go.
Let me just say that first and foremost. And the other thing is that it exposes, I'm going to go a different route. It goes to show how much money there's in the game that can be distributed in a different way that allows the players to gain experience outside of the football field. And so for him to do this, I remember being a part of one of these trips. We were like the sacrificial lambs of these trips because we were one of the first of the Fab Five to do it. And everybody had great intentions, but we were spoiled. And I led the way. I was unhappy. I complained.
What?
I cried.
Where were you?
I don't even remember.
What country were you in?
I just know we was in Europe.
Are you
That's all I know.
serious?
I can.
Jalen Rose. You didn't want to be there.
You look at the Fab Five doc. When I'm like, don't put that camera on me, that was real footage.
Why did you not want to be there?
Because, you ready for this?
Yeah.
To me, Europe was nothing like Detroit.
I am in 100% agreement with Jalen. I would not have understood it. I wouldn't have wanted to be there. For me, I'll be honest, the best place to be most times is my house. And I would have been, I hate to say it, I would have been ungrateful. And I think as I would have gotten older, I would have kind of understood what we got to experience, what we were doing, and maybe why we were doing it. But I think a lot of times we also miss that these kids don't have those goals or don't have those dreams of going to see these different things. Like, they just want to play ball. And so it is awesome that they got an opportunity to do this, but I do believe it will be lost on many of them. They won't get it and feel the same way that Marty Smith does about it.
I have to leave it there. We have more to discuss as the morning continues, including a special guest on the way. I want to remind you that Detail, which is from the mind of Kobe Bryant, is available to you now. Kobe takes you through a unique and intense NBA playoffs film breakdown. The new episode's available today on ESPN Plus, and it streams exclusively on the ESPN app. So download the app and start your free trial of ESPN Plus right now.
Don't sleep, Bees. You need a passport to get to Detroit.
Still to come, after taking Sam Darnold in the first round, a former Jet star will join us to tell you why this could be the year that my team finally turns it around. He'll be here. Plus, we'll tell you why one future Hall of Famer should never start for a playoff team again. The Hot Take Factory is next.
Bronze and golden, new and tasty.